Raise your hand if you ever sat in a hard place and you were thinking in your head, how can I be ever grateful for this? Especially if you read the story of Paul and Silas. Yeah, me too. I can't imagine me needing to thank God or praise God or worship in the prison. Welcome back to day 2. My name is Mo'Tolani. Yesterday we discussed the distinction between genuine gratitude and gratitude that is based on just relief. Today we're going to go deeper. We're talking about finding gratitude in the hard stuff. I know before you click off and say you're not doing that, I'm not saying be grateful for trauma, okay? But I want you to know that everything that happens to you is for your good. Remember, when you were literally in the midst of a storm and you were like, I'm drowning right now. What life lessons can I ever get? I know what it's like. But you see, I've learned that in everything, there's something you can learn that gives you room for being grateful. In today's challenge, I want you to just take a moment and look at a difficult situation, a job loss, a relationship ending, a health scare, a financial setback, a family conflict, something that genuinely rocked your world. Now, I want you also to identify one thing you learned and gained from that experience that you wouldn't give back to anyone if only you could erase the pain. And here's the key. We're not changing the past or saying it was good, or we're not saying it was too hard. We're just saying something valuable came out of it. Let me share the story of a friend of mine. A few years ago, a friend went through a season when everything she'd built felt like it was falling apart. Plans didn't work out. Doors she thought were open were slamming shut in her face. She felt she had failed in everything. But you see, in the middle of that, she learned a lesson she could never, ever have learned in another way. You see, she learned to show up even when there was nothing to offer. She learned that in that situation, she was as resilient as ever. And I said to her, you need to give yourself credit for that. You see, would she want to go through that again? No. But did she gain something very valuable? Definitely. And that's what I'm asking you to take a look at. Not the pain, but the person you became because you walked through that situation and you didn't quit. Here's why this matters. When you can find value in your hard seasons, you take back your power. See, as long as you're just a victim of circumstances, those circumstances control your story. But when you can say, that was hard, but this is what I gained, you become the author of your own story again. You're not ignoring the pain, just making sure it's not the only thing you take away from that experience. So some questions to help you process this as you look at it is, what strength did you discover in yourself? What relationship deepened? What revealed itself as real? What clarity did you gain about what matters in life? What boundaries were you able to learn to set? What beliefs got you tested and you found that those things are true? You see, we're not searching for silver linings. We're looking for real growth. So, here's your assignment. I want you to write down one hard season you faced. And then step 2, note one genuine thing that you gained from that experience. 3, look at both and see that it was actually growth. And if you're brave enough, I want you to share this in the comments because someone may learn from your story. Don't tell us everything, but just give us the pointers. And I know it'll bless someone. Tomorrow is day 3. We'll talk about the people you've forgotten to say thank you to. I'll see you there. God bless.